Ambassador Haley, Governor Haley, she is coming after you on a number of different fronts now. Most recently, questioning your mental capacity because of an event, something you said about what seemed like Nancy Pelosi, and you referred to Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people, soldiers, National Guard, whatever they want. They turned it down. They don't want to talk about that. These are very dishonest people.
She said, "Are you mentally fit?" is basically what she said. How do you respond to that?
Well, I did a cognitive test recently, and I aced it. And when I refer, like, for instance, oftentimes I'll say purposely about Obama, and I'd interchange it with Biden because I believe Obama has a lot to do with what's happening and destroying our country. And I'll interchange, and they'll just say, "Oh, he said," or I'll imitate Biden walking into a wall or not being able to find his way, and the fake news will go out, and they'll say, "Oh, he actually had a hard time," when I'm doing an imitation, and everybody understands it.
How is this the country we are living in? How is this where we are as a nation?
Well, I did a cognitive test recently, and I aced it. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. I don't think she could pass the test that I passed. I passed much harder tests than she does.
Great nation where the two leading candidates are both not as mentally sharp as you could be, let alone maybe like the top brains in the country. It's who you might want to lead the country, but it's well documented Biden's gaffes and inability to sometimes finish a train of thought completely. Often when Joe Biden is speaking, let's be honest, most of us are thinking, "Finish that sentence, Joe," which ironically is exactly what Biden himself is thinking. "You got this, Joe. Finish it. Bring it home, fella." But Trump, no better in this category. So these things cancel each other out. He confused Nikki Haley with Nancy Pelosi. Those names don't even rhyme. They both start with an N and end with an E sound. That's where we are now. They're very similar on the fact that Nancy Pelosi and Nikki Haley, same people, same thing. Nikki Haley, a lot of people don't know this. She is Nancy Pelosi. And he doesn't even deny it. He seems a little bit crestfallen that he's being called out on the fact that he did confuse them, has no excuse for it. So just moves on to other things he's accused of confusing, which you don't even need to bring those back up. You weren't even being called out on those. Kind of an evidence of mental decline right there. But just does the typical Trump run-on sentence to explain away what he did. No, she's doing it because she's trailing behind, finished third, behind Ron Sanctimonious, finished second. Campaign's over now. It's pretty much over. Sometimes people say I Obama instead of Biden. It's because I interchange them. I interchange them because I think Obama's responsible for a lot of the things. So that's why I say that I ran against Obama, so people think I'm crazy and losing it, even though I'm just trying to be funny. Or I'll do an impression of Trump walking into a wall. He actually said that, Trump walking to a wall. And it's clear I'm doing an imitation. Everybody knows it, but they try to blame it on me. How about don't be an impressionist? Just be the president. Or how about even better, don't be the president. How about instead, if you like doing impressions so much, how about do an imitation of a person with morals who is not trying to destroy our democracy? Try and do that. Or how about even better, do an imitation of a retired old man. Do an imitation of a retired old man doing mumbling run-on sentences to himself on a porch in Florida. I used to be the president of the United States. I ran against a lot of people, ran against Obama, ran against JFK, ran for a long time. Lincoln and I were neck and neck. That's the wrong word to use. I don't mean to bring up necks around Lincoln. He's one of the great presidents. Didn't end well with the neck. Okay, let's just say that much. All right, same with JFK, actually, to be honest with you. I shouldn't be saying this. George Washington and I were close personal friends. I paid Martha Washington to get a little freaky with me in a hotel room in Russia. I don't like talking about it. It was videotaped. A lot of people confuse Martha Plimpton with Marsha Winfield from Night Court. A lot of people confuse her. We'll take any Democrat at this point would be nice. I'd even be happy with Marianne Williamson. You know, we can all heal our inner trauma with crystals and have a department of love, and then also a department of not being super mentally declined. But just not Trump, please, because in addition to all of the bad policies that would come, the restrictive, the reversing of human rights and and progress our country has made of any Republican president, you would also get the benefit of constant chaos and our democracy withering into smithereens, which is not ideal. But he's still bragging, Trump, about the original cognitive test. Here's a clip if you forgot.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV. So they say, could you repeat that? So I said, yeah. So it's person, woman, man, camera, TV. Okay, that's very good.
Inspiring, sir. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can follow me on Instagram at Ben Gleib for lots more political content and stand-up comedy content when I can squeeze it in these days. It's a weird time, so it's not often.